we're all set after fashion. And as you see, I've crafted a quick comparison save file. This fellow, besides being butt fuck ugly, has exactly 50 speed. Consider average Joe the average Joe. Standard character build. And here he is swinging his dagger. That'll get you someplace and maybe normal reflexes or with a standard strong class without a bunch of critical weaknesses. We, on the other hand, have to play things a little faster, so let me get my dagger equipped. He looks a bit silly with that face now that we get a look at his character profile, but it's too late now, so there we are. That's 99 speed, so we're getting a huge boost there, and we'll top that off as soon as we hit level 2. Now, I have spoken in the past about sitting in this first room as a kid until we hit level 4. Yeah, we're not going to do that, but we are going to hit level 2. The reason for that is because, like I said, with our stats being how they are, playing on high reflexes, we want a bit of a boost. So we're going to run around and jump. So we're going to get some running and some jumping. Maybe some climbing if we climb a bit on the wooden banister there. And if we're lucky, we'll get a little medical skill from sleeping. But yeah, we only want to hit level 2. As soon as we hit 2, we're out of here. I am on a time constraint. As we've previously discussed, we're starting out the 4th of January, and we want to be high up in the Mages Guild by the equivalent of March 5th. Alright, that ought to be more than enough. So let's save the game and rest for 6 hours. 6 hours is what it takes to skill up, and we've been granted our first enemy. I didn't get a bow. I don't think it started me out with the bow, so I don't get a start leveling up my archery. Alright. However, we've been granted some... Those boots are considered chain boots, so I can't wear them. Those are chain armor. I can't wear that, but I can carry these. We got some loot. Alright, let's save again. 5 more hours to rest before we get skill ups. At level 2. But there's a reason we saved before resting. See how it gave me 4 stat points? If we are power gaming. It gives you somewhere between 4 and 6 at random. So we're going to load the game. We're going to do it again. I got stealth instead of medical, actually. Well, 5 isn't bad. We'll give it a few more tries, and if we don't get 6, we'll call it 5. But we're not going to settle for 4, that's for sure, because 4 is some BS. 5? Okay. The power gaming approach is minorly tedious, but I'll speed this up in post as well. No deal. There we are, 6 points. And that's sort of nice, because we top off our speed, we get to the next breakpoint for endurance, and we get to the next breakpoint for intelligence. I don't think, actually, that intelligence matters breakpoints as much, but for endurance, +2 modifier factored into the number of hit points we gain each level. So getting from 69 to 70 is a big deal there. Yeah, I don't know that there's a breakpoint for intelligence, but now we have more spell points. Cool. All right. And as you can see, I'm at like half health. That's because I got a huge chunk of health when I leveled up. So we'll do one more quick round of running and jumping because we're going to rest until we're fully healed anyway. And if we can get another skill or two in while we can do that, that would be fine by me. All right. If we don't level those up, that's fine. And we'll sleep for 1 more hour to reach that break point. Okay, medical running, we didn't get jumping, that's okay. Let's save it. So, there's something I didn't discuss with you folks. And I talked a big game about getting that spell absorption in my advantages. So the thing with spell absorption is, in this game, it isn't an automatic thing. And the trick with it is, the way spell absorption works is I think it's a chance, but in order for the chance to even roll, you have to have spell points available in your pool to absorb the spell. So if I see a magic enemy and he's getting ready to cast on me with all those critical weaknesses I have, I may dump a bunch of magic at him, even without the intent of killing him, just as a defensive mechanism to absorb the spell. In that way, here we are with the creepy sounds already. In that way, I'm sort of using my magic pool as a secondary health pool. And a lot of times that'll just absorb the spell barrage from a magic enemy and sort of nullify my critical weaknesses. Alright, I'm doing good so far. Oh! See, he kicked my dick in really hard with that spell. Now I have, in case he casted any more spells at me. Alright. Mummy wrappings are... yeah, those are both worth a lot, and they're both not very expensive. We're already beginning that weight-to-value ratio game. Especially with relatively low encumbrance right now. Alright, we're going to need to sleep. So let's go in there. And he, the imp, is your first introduction. You guys don't get to see it, you folks, but that's your first introduction into enemies being invulnerable to material types. If you try and swing a standard, iron sword at him, you're going to find that material's ineffective against imps. And you start to run into that problem more and more as you get to stronger and harder enemies. Werewolves and stuff, you need silver or better. But that's the thing about starting with the ebony dagger. Ebony is far enough up the material totem pole that... Here, check this out. Ooh! Yeah! We might have leveled up our pickpocketing just now on a rat. Ebony is far enough up the material totem pole that it circumvents all of those immunities. The material hierarchy. Here we go. Up. Can't go any further. I guess it's a dead thief. Alright, we'll leave the iron there. Blood's not very heavy. We can wear iron. It has the same armor class as Chain. It's +3 like Chain is, but it's not forbidden for us to wear it. There we go. Got a ghetto armor kit up here. The hierarchy for materials is leather is +1. Iron and chain is +3. Steel is +4. As is silver, but I don't think you can get silver armor, only weapons. So steel and silver are +4. Elven is +5. Dwarven is +6. Mithril and adamantium are +7. Then ebony is +8. Orcish is +9, and daedric is the best at +10. Now, to get... Oh, there's a bat in me, or I'm in a bat. Let's steal from him. Yeah. Making that early ducat. That's what I like. So, in order to get to a point where nobody's immune to your stuff, you need at least mithril or adamantium. There are some enemies that are immune to everything below that. Alright. I don't know if that's going to level up my stealth, sort of crouching around it or not. Take some leather because our encumbrance is still in good shape. Alright. Let's go this way first. So we hear a rat. Hey, fella. I think I've done enough pickpocketing that I'm going to level up pickpocketing already. Alright, rat. Oh, there's another one. Let's start using our destructive spells, though. Let's not forget about that. At some point, yeah, we got our magic back at some point. So... Alright, bear your troubles. Yeah, we shocked them to death. Now we're sort of low on magic, but if we run into another spellcaster, we have the available magic points in our pool to absorb the spells. So, if we run into another mage, or I think there's an imp up here somewhere, he's not going to be the problem that the other one was. Potions. Here's the deceptive thing about potions. They're worth a ton, but there's nowhere to sell them in the game. Nobody buys these. I didn't know this last time I played, but I looked it up. Elven dye katana. There's some money. I like that. We can wear leather boots. And cat wants attention. Okay. Some extra money. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Alright. Let's see what we got going on over here. A bat. Okay. Let's keep running and jumping. Because next time we sleep, we want to make sure we get some running and jumping skill in. There's our other imp. Absorb that spell. Look at our magic. We're back to full. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my god! And he's dropping the money for us. 500 gold. That's what I'm talking about. And here's a thing that I didn't realize until very recently. If you take a look back there, I don't know if we can get a really good look. You see some loot back there. I didn't know about that for 23 years. You hit this right here, cracks that puppy open so you can get some loot. You can probably, I don't know if you can climb over those actually. The ceiling's too low. Alright. Ooh, more money, more money. Oh my god, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's nice and light. There we go. Secret cache. Alright. Nice little place to rest. Let's save. Because if we level up again, we want to get some decent skill points out of it. 2, 1. Oh, that's a ton of leveling up. or a ton of skill leveling up, but we didn't level up proper, did we? No, we did not. Okay, that's fine by me. Okay, back out into the main room. Let's go back for a second before we go out there. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Where does this take you? Out onto the other side of the main room. Okay, that's good enough proof for me. I got the sneak on him. Might have helped my stealth a bit, might not have. He didn't seem phased at all by my shock spells, but we got him. 15 arrows. We're going to hold on to those because when we get lucky enough to find a bow, we're going to get right to work. Okay, so we were going to come down this way. All right. Now, this, I think, is just a dead-end room. With some cash. I'll take some cash. I'm going to need the cash because, remember, we're going to need to make some spells when we join the Mages Guild, and that ain't free. So the more money we collect for ourselves, the better. Is there an orc in here? Oh, he heard me. Let's pickpocket a bit, since we slept. Ooh. Oh, okay, but hey, easy. Alright, that might be enough to level our pickpocketing, so... Oh, yeah! I pressed something, and now I'm running like a motherfucker. And I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Fixed it. I don't know what that was about. I fat-fingered the 1 key, and it started, like, super speeding me. I think that's a cheat button. Sorry, I dropped my microphone foam covering. I had to like retrofit a foam covering for my microphone because my good microphone died. Alright. So we're actually in sort of sloppy shape after him. We're okay with our health pool. If we run into another magic caster, we're okay because we have plenty of available points in our spell pool. Just about 240. If you were to cast the magic spell that the enemy casts against you, you gain that much magic back. Alright. He's not going to kick our butts, so we'll just make sure we're leveling up our pickpocket a little bit. Alright. I'll finish him off. You can see that I whiff a fair amount. That's that low luck coming into play. But luckily, we made our short blade fairly high up as a major skill, so that helps. The agility situation isn't that bad. Alright, let's go back and sleep again. Let's be safe. Safety first. 6 hours to victory. Alright. Nicely done. Alright, we're in pretty good shape. I like how things are coming along with our skills. We're getting skills relatively quick because we're thinking about what we want to cram into each sleep. Because the more we can get every couple of hours, the more efficient it is for our timeline. As a refresher, March 5th, we have the opportunity, if we are a high enough rank in the Mages Guild, we have the opportunity to summon a Daedra Prince. In this case, Hermaeus Mora. We get the opportunity to complete a quest for him, and if we do so, he grants us the Agma Infinium. I think that's what it's called. It's just a book, and it just gives you 30 stat points. It's like leveling up an average of 6 times. In our case, it's like leveling up 5 times because we're going to get 6 points a pop. But you get the point. That's crazy. And we don't want to miss that March 5th deadline. In the worst case scenario, I have a backup plan for that, but we will discuss that when the time comes. At any rate, that's what the hustle is about. That's why we're min-maxing our time. This is excellent find early on. Elven Greaves. Alright, so that's got that 5 armor class we talked about. It's better than the +3 I was getting from the Iron Greaves I was wearing. Alright, let's shock our dear friend, the second archer. He has that's a lot of potions for a recipe I'm never going to make, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that on him. I can't wear this because it's chain, even though it's better than my leather chest piece. I can wear this iron one, though. That's pretty good. And this has +3 armor, and I think that's +1. Yep. So this is an upgrade, unless that was going to be considered a chain helmet, but it's not. So we're good. All right. I think we've just about hit every nook and cranny for this dungeon. We've been in that back room where the bear is. We came from both sides of that room. We went in that side room that had just some cash in it. So, alright, fella. I think there's one more imp guarding the exit to this dungeon. So the fact that our magic pool is fairly low is excellent, because he's not going to hurt us. Deal with the rat. Go ahead. Sucked in that magic. No problem. Yeah. Getting that destruction up too. This isn't worth that much, but we still have the room in our inventory. Take a sip of coffee, folks. Oh yes. Dunkin' Donuts coffee grounds. Medium roast. I actually have these, I have a Keurig, like a cheapo Keurig. And I got these reusable K-cups so that I can just shove whatever coffee grounds I want into them. That's my jam. Okay, I'm out of spell points now. More arrows. Yes. And steel and silver. Let's hold on to those because we have the inventory space. We're just going up here. Now we whiffed on the exit. We're just going this back way to get a little more loot, if possible. A little more opportunity to level up a bit. Alright. That guy's getting ready to take a shot at us. There we go. So we got in a melee range. Thief. You got a bow for me? Uh-oh. Can't carry any more stuff. We found that encumbrance cap. This iron shit, we're getting rid of that. Steel is worth more than iron. Remember, iron's +3, steel's +4. That claymore might have been worth more than the saber just on account of it being heavier, so it's a bigger weapon. And now we have steel, so let's get rid of some leather. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the chain boots. Alright, cool. That might have been a money downgrade for all I know. I don't know much about the cost values. I know armor's worth more than weapons in this game. Sort of. Alright. Let's hit the exit. And before we're out in the wilderness, let's save our game. Give ourselves a quick 6-hour nap. Yeah, level 3. Alright, we're going to min-max it. We're going to go for 6 points. So, let's do it. Six. We like it. Let's get ourselves to the 70 strength breakpoint. There we are. It gives us some extra encumbrance, but I think it also adds some damage. It might only be hand-to-hand damage. We're going to find out together. I'm happy with where our intelligence is. I feel like I have enough spell points for now, so let's work towards 80 endurance to hit that extra hit point per level from here on out. Once we get there, we Gucci. All right. We're happy. Good day, sir. Now, we're going to head to town. We're going to do a quick run and jump spree for, 30 seconds. Because when we travel, we might also get some skill up. It's sort of like a free given 6 hours. Sort of the game assumes that for travel time, that much time has passed. It doesn't always happen, but most of the time it does, as far as I know. 10 more jumps. We just switched biomes. Means we entered a new square on the map. We've exited the Privateer's Hold Square. All right. Oh. Approached by a young page who smiles in recognition and does not ask your name before he hands you a letter addressed to you. To all of your questions, he merely responds with a blank look and a smile. Creepiest thing in the world you could run into in the wilderness. A young mute who just looks and smiles and hands you a piece of paper. Let's investigate, shall we? Use. My eyes and ears abroad say that you are interested in the fate of a certain letter. This has to do with the main quest. Any emperor should not be so careless, nor should a queen. You really should come visit me in Castle Wayrest. I have some most interesting tidbits that I'm sure you would enjoy hearing. Morgaya, Princess of Wayrest. Just for the record, I am in Daggerfall. Up there. That little, just north of that orange dot. How do I zoom in again? There's a way to do it. Right click. So I actually went one square north, I think, which means I'm about to hit water. So I'm there. Now, let's see. Wayrest is all the way here on the other side of the Iliac Bay. And that town. So it would take me 40 days of travel time. I could up it to 20 if I went recklessly. We're not going there. There is a time critical portion of the main quest, but that letter wasn't it. Instead, with us being right here, we're going to a light orange town. And Chesterwark. We remember Chesterwark, right? How I liked that place? It's because it's right nearby. It is a huge city that is close to Privateer's Hold. But we want to get a little extra cash first. So we're going to take a little detour and we're going to go to the Woodwing Graveyard. Alright, let's stay at inns. It costs a little bit, but I think it helps. It's just nicer. I think it helps with skill ups and shit like that. Jumping and running. As we said, that's why we did the jumping and running. Here we are. Huh! Alright. Okie dokie. Just a little running and jumping action. Okay. Let's go inside and loot and plunder. These aren't very large. I don't remember. Is V how I... Yeah, V is how I cancel a spell cast. We just wanted to queue that up so I can hit Q and just call up Shock on a whim. Alright, fella. Give me the goods. Give me the goods. Give me the pickpocket level. And that's good enough. Alright. These are definitely bite-sized in comparison to real dungeons. Now, just as a refresher, when we were looking at the world map, the general color of the dot indicates what it is. Blue are temples, tan are towns, red are dungeons. But the lighter the tint of the color is, the larger that area is. So we went to a little dark red dot, which means it's really small. Whereas, if we went to the bright orange Privateer's Hold, that indicates a very large dungeon. Working on that destruction. Alright, we've got some unicorn horn. There's one problem we're going to run into. We're getting these awesome ingredients, but the one thing that Chesterwark really lacks is a place to sell ingredients. There isn't a dude there that runs an alchemy shop, so we don't get that return payment very quickly. Now, we're going back in one more time. Resets the miniature dungeon. We're just looking to get that extra cash boost. Should have paid attention where... I don't know if the loot... I know the loot changes, but I don't know if it's in the same spots or not. But we'll take that straight cash, definitely. Oops, I have run into a room with several enemies. Okay, cool. And I think that's gonna be it for us. There's no loot hidden. Are there any hidden rooms? We're looking at the sides of these rooms for a little doorway-sized gap that is transparent. That's how you find the secret doors. Okay, well, we got some straight money. We didn't get much in the way of loot. That unicorn horn's worth a lot, but like I said, I can't sell that early. So let's save our game. And let's take this show to Chesterwark, shall we? Chesterwark. Right nearby. Right nearby. And of course, we arrived at night. Which means the gates are closed. What time is it? 18:13? Well, it is night, which means we have to scale the wall to get in, but the Mages Guild closes at 2300 hours. So, I'm the Bat, first and foremost. And let's look at the map. Now that is not a Mage's Guild. I just recognize because of the shape. That may be a Mage's Guild right there. That could be a Mage's Guild. That's right next to the town square. So let's head to the town square. Okay. We're gonna do a little bit of town business. Then we're gonna go to the Mages Guild, join the Mages Guild, and we're gonna call it for this session. All right. So, all right, we are south of the town. This guy right here, though, this is a sweet deal. The shop. So we're going to visit him. Now, the flavor text upon entering each shop will tell you the quality of the shop. This dictates a couple of things. The higher the quality of the shop, there are 5 tiers. The higher the tier of the shop, the better wares they have. But the better they are at haggling, which means if you're selling stuff, a higher tier shop is going to give you less for your gear. The items are sound and functional, but little more than that. That's the second tier out of 5, which means it's below average, which means he's going to give us good money for the gear we have. Here's something I wasn't doing on my last character. let's sell these items one at a time. Just for now. When we have larger hauls, we will definitely sell them more than one at a time. But your mercantile skill levels up based on the number of sales you make, not on the amount of items you sell. So individual transactions count towards your mercantile skill, which is why we're boosting the number of transactions. Alright. I think that's it for what I can sell to him. Have those ingredients, can't do anything with those. Have a book, can't do anything with that at this shop. General store might take that book though. Now there is a weaponsmith and another armor smith in the town square just north of here, but they are both the highest tier shops, which means they have an excellent selection, but they wouldn't have given us much for our sales, and they're also more expensive. So, that is the Mages Guild. Let's see if we can't, I think there's a general store here. Let's see if general stores sell books. Or buy books. If not, we might have to go to a pawn shop. Our dear friend, hello. You want the book. Take the book. He's not going to give us much because I think this was... well, actually, I'm not sure how that was, but that was good money. Yeah, this is adequate construction. I think that's the middle tier. So that wasn't a bad deal. But let's look at the clothes shop here. Yeah, also middle tier. But if we go over to this armorer, not the slightest defect can be detected in any item within. That means he's got the big dick's wares. Elven. I'm only level 3, selling elven gear out of the... And that's a bow. Shit. Okay. Let's see what that would run us. 957. Well, we want to get that mercantile going, especially since it's a long bow. It's not a short bow, which that's pretty good. I'm happy. Should have browsed a little more before I bought it, but I didn't. Got some gloves there, but I think we'll check the armor for a pair of gloves. The better one. The better price one. Okay. Alright. The wares we wanted to sell have been sold. Our dagger is slightly used, but you know what? That's okay. It got some good use for good reason. Okie dokie. We are slightly the worst for... Oh, fuck. Live! Okay, that wasn't too bad. Sometimes you hit these at just the right angle and you go flying like a motherfucker, which is great when you're at full health, and I am not. Alright. As you can see, this is a tier 2 out of 5 Mages Guild. We're not concerned about the tier of the Mages Guild. The guy that sells spells, the higher tiers will have more spells for sale, but the main one we want, as long as he has open door, we're okay. And he does, because there's a quest to open a chest, and you need the standard open door spell. You can't make your own for it. Alright, we want to join the guild. Yeah, we're worthy. That's because we're beast-ass mages. Now, the hope was that we gathered enough loot to have enough gold to purchase all the custom spells we want to make. We want to fill out our repertoire as quickly as possible. But that's an affair for next time.